The US Commission on International Religious Freedom, USCIRF, has released its annual report for 2013 on religious freedom around the world. The report divides the data into 3 sections. The first tier highlights those countries that engage in or tolerate particularly severe violations of religious freedom. It cites 15 Tier 1 countries considered to be countries of particular concern, or CPCs, for systemic, egregious and ongoing abuse of religious liberty. It also classified 8 others as Tier 2 countries for being on the threshold of gaining CPC status. The third section involves other regions and multilateral organisations from around the world. Dr. Katrina Sweat of the USCIRF said that the state of international religious freedom is increasingly dire due to the presence of forces that fuel instability. Some countries have increased their use of applied brutal enforcement of blasphemy laws. Others, like North Korea, forcibly propagate a nationalist ideology based upon the cult of personality surrounding both Kim Il-sung and his son, Kim Jong-il. Some countries holding CPC status include Burma, China, North Korea, Iraq, Pakistan and Saudi Arabia. The Commission also lists Afghanistan, Cuba, India, Russia and 4 others as countries who are close to the threshold of becoming a full-fledged country of particular concern. The USCIRF is an independent bipartisan US federal government advisory body with its commissioners appointed by the President and the leadership of both political parties in Congress. A link to the full 371-page report is available in this video's description. Jim Wallis is a Christian writer, political activist and founder of Sojourners magazine. He is also the author of the book, On God's Side, What Religion Forgets and Politics Hasn't Learned About Serving the Common Good. Mr. Wallis blasts both political parties in America for their reckless fiscal action. He defines acting on the budget as something spiritual and biblical. For Jim, a budget is a moral document. In his book, he calls out the American political leaders to conform to biblical teachings, such as the Bible clearly stating that we are to protect the poorest and most vulnerable. It is this idea about how to resolve deficits that requires a bit of moral thinking. The author feels that politicians seem to have forgotten this bit of the biblical message. He also writes that society should not take more from the many who have less than the rest. He contends that the unified force of religious influence has already swayed political voting in the American 2011 debt ceiling crisis. Mr. Wallis claims that leaders from Protestant, African American and Hispanic churches sat with President Obama and indicated their faith imperative to protect the poor. Apparently they felt that Obama got the message. After posting advertisements around Washington, D.C. proclaiming that God is watching, Mr. Wallis wrote that it made them feel uncomfortable. He rightly points out that in the past America has successfully reduced deficits and poverty at the same time. The Infidel notes that God may be watching, but it surely isn't doing anything.